Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me, and we have quite possibly the biggest announcement in Green Means Go channel history in just about 2 minutes, so stay tuned for that. And there's a reason I'm choosing to do it on this video, and you'll see why in just a second. Here's some warnings for you. What an awful year. I'm not a handicapper. Like if I had any doubts at the beginning of the season, if I was, it's official. After 10 weeks, I am not a handicapper. I am a content creator who enjoys picking games and picking sides and knows a thing or two about sports betting, but isn't good at actually picking winners. And you guys are good at picking winners. Justin Collins said kind of an interesting one here. He had Eagles -6 on Sunday, which won, but he clarified that his extra most bestest pick was Lions -3.5, which did not hit. They won by 3, but we're going to give Justin the benefit of the doubt on this one. He's been a long time guy on the channel, always comments, so there's your perk. AL Cap said my extra most bestest pick of the week is Minnesota -4. An absolute sweat, one that did not look like it was going to hit. They won by 5. And then Brad Rose, that's it. Okay, this video did not get very many views last week, which we'll go into with our special announcement. But Brad Rose says, great video, random question though. What's your name? Been watching you for a year and I don't know your first name. And I told him I wasn't sure if I wanted to share that yet. It's just kind of weird being online and not knowing who's watching your videos. And he said, fair. My top guesses are Ryan, Patrick, and Eric. No, I good guesses ish. My name is slightly more obscure, especially for how old I am. There's your hint. I will be 30 in January, and the name that I have is becoming more popular, but it was not popular when my parents gave me it. Also, Brad, you bring up a great segue, which we'll talk about in a second. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna remove again. I'm going to remove Bitdefender because you can't turn off those notifications. I looked it up. You can't turn it off, and I'm sick of them popping up on my videos. Okay, so last week wasn't good. It's never good. Our extra most bestest went 1-3. 2 of those were decided on the last play. The Colts, the under on the Colts game busted because they had a literal last-second touchdown pass to Alec Pierce, which meant nothing for the outcome of the game. And the Eagles could have kicked a field goal to send us to the over, but they decided to knee it down on 4th down and wipe out the clock, which, you can't blame them for. So, awful year. Again, our best category, which is only 56%, is our red totals. So, just completely abysmal. Here it is. Big announcement. And this doesn't look like a big announcement, but I'm gonna talk about this for a second. And the reason I'm choosing to break the news on this channel is because this is my least viewed video of the week. So what does that tell me? It tells me that the people watching this video actually care about what I have to say. Because guess what, guys? I don't know if you saw this back here. Like, you're not coming here for the picks. You're like... If you're one of the loyal people who watches this every week, guys, we're 10 weeks in and we can't hit. Bottom line. So the reason you're coming to this channel means you like to hear what I have to say. And I mean this as humbly and as gratefully as possible. Thank you. Enough with the dragging out of the announcement. I'm making a new channel. Okay, and I've been toying with this for a while. The channel is going to be called Red Means No. And the short of it is, I want to do content that isn't just about sports. I want to get on here and rant. I want to get on here and rank. I want to get on here and just do whatever comes to mind, all right? I feel as if I have a creative bone in my body, and I want to express that without the limits of it having to be about sports, right? So if you are someone who comes to this channel and watches these videos routinely and would be interested in watching me talk about other things in life and maybe tell you my real name, that channel exists. I posted this video 19 hours ago, my very first video. It has no views because I have not told anyone about this channel yet. No subscribers. Now, the biggest thing about this is I didn't want to start it because this channel is finally monetized, Green Means Go, and it takes 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours for you to start making revenue. And I told myself on the Red Means No channel, I'm not going to care about any analytics, views, watch out. Nothing matters except me expressing myself and being creative until Valentine's Day. That's my deadline. Because on this channel, I've been so hyper fixated and analysis paralysis has been my demon about overanalyzing what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, right? And it has, I think, done more harm than good in the growth of Green Means Go. And I'm starting to kind of break that shell down. But this channel, I'm not allowing the shell to come on at all. It's going to be free range, baby. It's going to be Red Means No rules. So check that out if you're interested in me in conversations not about sports. Let's get into it. 4 teams on a bye this week. Also, we're going fast pace. You know why? Because why talk about it for that long? We suck, all right? Here are the 3 first games of the week. The first one is on Thursday. It's going to be a good one, boys and girls. Oh my gosh, Washington and Philly? Are you kidding me? Christmas came early. I like the Eagles -3, and I like the over. Simply put, Washington is 0-3 versus good teams, and the Philadelphia Eagles are a good team. That's why I like it, all right? No other comments needed. Green Bay and Chicago. I like the Packers -5.5 with mild confidence. I really like the over. This team is off a bye. They're quietly good. They're not being talked about in the NFC, but I think they could compete with some of these high-level teams. The Chicago Bears just fired their offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, and I don't know what their identity is, but I think the new offensive coordinator will be better than the old. Has to be, right? When things are going so poorly and you fire somebody, the next guy to step up needs to make some things happen. I think they will, which is really why I like the over here. Jags and Detroit. I hate this one on every possible angle. I would take Jags plus 13.5. I'd take the over. It's Mac Jones' season. Lawrence was announced out today. I hate these picks, but I hate the other picks more, which would be Lions -13 and the under. Next 3 games. Minnesota and Tennessee. I don't love Minnesota -6.5, but it would be my pick. I think they had a wake-up call versus the Jags last week. I like the over in this one as well. The Titans looked great for a quarter, but then have not been able to play defense at all. So, again, I think the Vikings will come in hungry to get their offense back in rhythm, and the Titans will allow that to happen, which is why I like the over here. Vegas and Miami. Don't have any leans in this one. I promise I'm going to take an under. It's actually on the next pick. I've taken, 5 overs in a row. I'm not interested in this game. I think the Raiders could cover. And again, I like the over. Miami looked good on Monday night. Rams and Patriots. Speaking of Monday night, the Rams did not look good. I like them to bounce back in a tough game that is across the country. The real question is, how are they going to respond after that beatdown they took to the Dolphins? I don't know, but I'm going to hope it's a response by -4.5 or more. I also like the under. I do think the Patriots had a good win last week against the Bears, but the Bears are a bad team, so it didn't impress me too much. My first extra most bestest pick of the week is Saints, -0.5. I also like the under. The Browns are off a bye, but the Saints have looked good with Carr. They're 3-1 with Carr. Every game they've lost has been without him. That's not entirely true. They did lose some games with him. I realized he got injured during the Chiefs game, which they did lose. He got injured in the fourth quarter, and I think maybe they had dropped 2 before. I don't know when Carr got injured. The point is, I like him over the Browns. This line shocked me, okay? I didn't do my GMG line. As you can see, I left it blank this week. That strategy wasn't working. Let's throw it out the window. I think the Saints are 3.5-point favorites at home, and it's actually only a half point. It's a pick 'em. Well, give me the Saints. Ravens Steelers. Christmas came early again. If Thursday's not enough for you, by golly, how about Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time? I think Derrick Henry decides this game. If he has 85 rushing yards, these picks are going to lose. Well, the under might hit, but I don't know if the Steelers cover. I'm all in on the Steelers. I'm all in on what their defense is able to do. I'm all in on Russell Wilson. So I like them at home where, Mike Tomlin knows who he's playing here. He faces the Ravens 2 times a year and has for the last 10 years. He's familiar with what they're going to do. So Steelers plus 3.5, I think, is a really good spot at home. I also like the under in a divisional matchup. 2 teams that are familiar with each other. I think that total's way too high. I'm actually shocked I didn't put green on it. I'm not going to change it, but I may change it, but I'm not going to. Colts and Jets. It's Anthony Richards' season. They're back to starting him. I almost didn't make this video because I was going to make a video about what the Colts have done with their quarterbacks. It's whatever. I like them +4 because the Jets have shown me absolutely nothing. I also like the under. The Jets may come into this game and win by 16, and I'll accept it and I'll move on. But it's too far. We're too far gone. I'll take anybody against the Jets at this point. Atlanta and Denver, don't love the game. And Atlanta always does well when I doubt them. I doubt them in this spot going to Denver and facing a team that almost beat the Chiefs. at altitude, good defensive team, right? Everything points Denver. That's why I'm going Atlanta. I also like the under here. They stay in games. They play low and slow. We'll see what happens. Chiefs and Bills. Did Christmas come early 3 times this week? Are we going to experience Christmas thrice? Are you kidding me? Chiefs plus 2.5 in the over 45. It's a treat to behold. The Chiefs I'm surprised they're underdogs a little bit. I do think the Bills, my heart, my brain says Bills minus 2.5, but my soul says Chiefs plus 2.5. They have gotten so that something's in him. Okay, late in games, fourth quarter, they got a magic bean in their pocket, a little magic pill that Andy Reid is disposing at halftime and saying, you guys are going to need this with 30 seconds left on the clock. Trust me. And it happens every week. Bengals, Chargers, minus 1.5 is the side I'm on for the Chargers, under 48. This team, the Cincinnati Bengals, are kind of the Cincinnati Jets. In other words, a lot of talent on paper, but you look at the record and you say, what's going on? Right? Like, you have all the pieces to be a deep playoff run, and you can't have an above 500 record. I don't know. I think Herbert is going to have a big game against the secondary. The end, not the end. We have 2 more picks. This is where it's confusing. I messed up. This game is technically your Sunday night football game. This game is Sunday at 4 o'clock, so those got switched. I apologize. I'll take the San Francisco 49ers minus infinity on the spread, and I like the under. Seattle season's over. All right, they're done. I don't care about the bye week. I don't have any faith in them anymore. The spread is 6.5, so I am taking San Francisco minus 6.5. The hyperbole here is that I would have taken this up to 14.5. I don't think it's going to be close. Seattle doesn't have a chance. I've talked about the 49ers. They're going to win the rest of the year. They're going to win every game for the rest of the year, and you're going to come back here and you're going to say, holy cow, this guy sucks at picks, but he told me the 49ers were going to win out in week 8, and they did. We can hope. Houston and Dallas, a game that would have been awesome, or I would have thought it would have been awesome at the start of the year. Texas battle, rivalry, kind of. And now Dak's not playing. Houston forces 5 interceptions and loses the game. Why do I keep picking Dallas? I don't know. I like Dallas plus 7.5. Maybe I'm believing in false hope. Cooper Rush has an extra week of practice. All the eyes are on them. They'll figure it out, right? If Houston can force 5 interceptions and still lose, there's got to be a flaw. Like Dallas has got to see something that they can take advantage of, right? We'll see. Here are my 4 extra most bestest picks. Houston, Dallas, over 42. San Francisco, shut up, minus infinity. Colts plus 4. In New Orleans Saints on the money line, or minus 0.5. Make sure you comment your extra most bestest pick below, and make sure you check out my other channel, Red Means No, where we will be posting random content because we can. All right. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the support. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.